Hey guys, welcome back to Haley's Comments. Today we are going to be talking about depression. I think it's probably pretty clear by my lack of content that I'm not doing okay. I am doing better now, which is why I'm able to make this video, but there for a minute I was not doing very well, and I just wanted to talk about that because I feel like my last video about depression was not very real. It wasn't very genuine. Like, what I said in it was completely true and how I felt in it is completely true, but it feels like there's distance between me and the subject, you know? It feels like I'm not fully opening up, and it's a very hard thing to talk about, but this is a main reason why I wanted to create a YouTube channel to help people in my situation. You know, when I was at my lowest of lows, what I would do is watch YouTubers who would talk about their mental health issues, and not only people who have overcome it, but people who were overcoming it. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to create a YouTube channel, and I've definitely been straying from that, and I want to make a video about kind of YouTube in 2018 and the pressures of YouTube and that kind of stuff. But I don't feel like my last few videos have been very genuine. I did the recruitment video. I knew I wanted to do that recruitment video, so I had been planning on doing that video for a while, but that video was pretty upbeat, and I was not feeling very upbeat at the time. And the last video I filmed, which I have not put up yet, I was pretending to be upbeat, and I think it's pretty clear, at least from my own perspective watching it, that it's not genuine, that, you know, I'm acting a lot happier than I actually was feeling inside. I might do something with that video because I filmed a lot of videos and just completely scrapped them, and I need to stop doing that. We'll see what I end up doing with it, but I kept going to edit it, and it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. But anyway, I am doing better now. I've just been kind of coming out of that depressive state, as well as I just got CBD oil the other day. I will be making a video on that later on. I'm hoping that that really helps so far, that it has helped my anxiety at least. Today I'm just going to be talking about how to recognize if someone you know has depression or if you have it yourself. I think it's pretty clear if you have it, like, you're gonna know if you're depressed. I mean, sometimes it's hard to distinguish extreme sadness from depression. Also, hopefully this helps you see just like what it's like to have depression and understand why someone in this state is not going to be as productive as they normally would be, hence my lack of content. The first thing that I notice when I'm becoming depressed is that I sleep constantly. I will be in a tough situation, you know, feeling worse each day. I sleep it off. It's a very common symptom of depression. Sorry if anything looks different, I ran out of space on my phone. But anyway, they might not know why they're doing it too, you know, if it's like a teenager. And I thought I would dig a little bit deeper into sleeping all the time and like being in bed all the time. You hear that and it doesn't sound that bad, right? You know, it can't be that bad, you're asleep. But this is probably one of the worst parts of depression, I think. You sleep so much to the point where your body physically hurts. You ache from lying around all the time. So it's really not pleasant. It's not like I enjoy sleeping all the time, but it's like that's a million times better than feeling depression. So I'll just go to sleep. You do genuinely feel more tired when you're depressed. I think this is your body's like coping mechanism or like a defense mechanism. That's like the first way that I know I'm starting to become depressed. It's not worth staying awake for. Overall loss of energy. Everything seems daunting. A regular task that would involve leaving the comfort of your bed just seems so like out of reach. It wasn't just that it would seem that way from being in bed, like, oh, if I get up, like, that's so much, and I would get up and I'd be like, okay, this isn't so bad. You know, you get up and it is. Everything's really hard for no reason. Like, just regular things are just really, really hard because you just have this weight following you around, or like on you, I guess. That sinking feeling in your chest when you're about to, you know, get broken up with, or when someone dies. That sinking feeling that you get every now and again when there's something really bad happening. And not just that like weight on your heart, but also that pit in your stomach. It's like that feeling, but nothing has gone wrong and nothing you do can get rid of it. Because there's nothing to grieve, there's nothing to mourn. You didn't lose anything. Everything's the same that it was before, but suddenly you feel absolutely terrible all the time. So when I finally am able to get out of bed, I don't enjoy doing anything. It's not just mundane things, but it's stuff that you used to care a lot about, like writing poetry. I love writing poetry when I'm not depressed, but when I start to be depressed, I can still write it, I guess. I can write it until I'm deep in depression. And at that point, nothing is interesting at all. Once I get in that state, like, there's no point. I have no interest in doing anything. Same thing with making videos. First of all, it was daunting thinking about doing it. Second of all, it was daunting thinking about putting it out there for the world to see. Third of all, I was just not interested. I was just not finding any pleasure from the idea of it, from actually doing it. Like, it was just not fun at all. Because of that, you don't have any motivation. Everything's daunting. Why would I have motivation? So I don't get anything done. And that's not true for everybody with depression. Some people are what's considered high functioning depression. They still have depression. They're just able to overcome that inability to do anything. I don't know what's different from them to me. I don't know what they're doing that I'm not, or maybe it's just their brain chemistry. I don't really know. Or maybe it's just their coping mechanism. Might be throwing themselves into work, which I have done before, you know, just become like a workaholic. This is genuinely the hardest video I've filmed. Basically, when I'm depressed, I just want to do anything that provides immediate relief. Appetite is something definitely to consider. I have a weird relationship with my appetite. When I'm depressed, one of three things will happen. My appetite will remain the same. Other times, I will eat everything under the sun. I just cannot stop eating, and you're not expending any energy when you're depressed. You're just laying around all day. But other times when I become depressed, I don't feel hunger at all. I have no interest in food. Food looks very bland to me. Like, I'll buy a dinner, you know, one of those frozen meals that it's like normally they're not very filling because those things are only like 300 calories, you know, they're not very big. But now if I eat them, like, I can only do half of them. It's just uninteresting to me. Everything's uninteresting to me. I'm very like withdrawn, I guess. Why would I eat if it doesn't taste good and I'm not hungry? I mean, to survive, so that's why I am forcing myself to eat. Those are the outside things. Like, what does it feel like internally, like mentally? What's going through my head? Worthlessness. That's what's going through my head. The first feeling I'll get is guilt because I start sleeping a lot, I start not being productive, I start doing nothing. The next thing that I feel is, I don't know, I guess a lot of self-doubt. I feel very worthless, I feel very stupid. Every negative emotion that I've ever had about myself just comes flooding in, and I just absolutely hate myself. You truly believe that people would be better off without you, which is like hard to say, I guess, but like, the rational part of your brain is telling you, like, no, they wouldn't be, you know, they'd be really sad. But then you're like, what am I good for? Like, what am I doing to contribute to their life? All I do is be a burden and take from them and take from them, you know, because you always reach out to people who care about you for help. And you've always been more than willing to help me. Wow, this is really real. I didn't think I'd cry. Jesus.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Alright, Haley, calm down. Like, I know those people are willing to help me. They have helped me. They've acted like it's no big deal. To your friends and family, you feel like you're just burdening them with all your issues and that it'd be better if they didn't have to deal with you anymore. Also, it's hard to exist. I mean, it's a very painful experience. You know, people say, oh, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem, but when you have a disorder like this, it's not a temporary problem. Temporarily, you're gonna be depressed and eventually you'll come out of it, but you know, because you have this disorder, that you're gonna go back into it. You know, you're always going to be going back to that low place, and that's the part that people don't understand. I don't want to live a life of constantly being depressed. I don't have any plans to kill myself. I just want to be clear, I'm not going to kill myself. But I don't know, I'm laughing. I do that as a nervous habit. I'm just saying, like, those are the thoughts that you have. You should kill yourself. You should kill yourself. You'd be better off dead. And just really negative self-talk, I guess, that you can't stop. Like, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, or like, everybody hates you, you know, and I'll just like think these things over and over and over again. And I truly believe them. Especially in these points, like, I think everybody hates me. When I'm interacting with people, anything that they do could make me think that, like, I'm worthless. You'll do anything to get out of that state of mind. You'll alter your state of mind. You'll go to sleep. You'll do anything. If you're out there struggling right now, just know that, you know, I'm with you. We're in this together. You're not alone. I know how hard it is. And I know other people in your life will try to tell you that they understand or whatever, but they don't. The matter of the fact is, other people do. You are worthy of life. It's easier to like say that to someone, but thinking like that could be directed back at me is like harder. Anyway, the point is, you'll be okay. It will stop. It might come back, but maybe once it stops, you know, if you haven't already gotten yourself help, you can get yourself enough help to have it be less bad next time. Wow. That was intense. Okay, I need to stop talking. Anyway, this is probably the most real video I've ever made, and I've just been kind of analyzing YouTube lately and realizing that there needs to be some authenticity. There needs to be some people coming out and sharing their experiences, and a few people have done that, but it's too uncommon. I do want to be that person. I do want to talk about mental health. I know it's a much heavier subject. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, subscribe and turn on the bell. Thank you so much for watching. It honestly means a lot if you made it to this point. So, alright, bye.